Hello, everybody, and welcome to Top 5 New Comics for June 18th and 19th of 2024. I'm, as always, Chris, and boy, can I not wait for DC to go back to Wednesdays, so I don't have to say one date. But we'll put that aside because we got some cool books to talk about, starting with Batman 149. This is written by Chip Zdarsky with art by Steve Lieber and Michael Bandini, with colors by Nick Filardi and letters by Clayton Cowles. I've said it once, said a million times. The Batman book that Chip's been doing with his crew here has been just stellar. Aside from when he veers off from the main story, and I won't bring that up too much again. We can talk about what the reasons for that are, but that's for another show. It's just been so good in every single way. I have loved the Batman run with all the fail-safe stuff. Now that it's kind of come to a conclusion, it's interesting to see this issue being an epilogue to what was happening in the previous however many issues and moving forward to what's in the future for Bruce, Batman, and the Bat family. So I'm really excited for this issue. Just the Batman book, every time it comes out, has been stellar. And I think we're in kind of a new Batman. For me, goes in ups and downs. There's stuff that interests me, stuff that doesn't. And while he's a character I enjoy, he's not a character I blindly buy like some others. Daredevil. So you really have to do something that interests me to bring me in. And just having Chip at the helm interests me enough. But even some of the other books that are coming out in the Bat universe have been really good. So Batman's kind of in this renaissance. Not that that's rare in the Bat universe, but it's really great to see when it happens, and I've been really enjoying it. And after that, we have Batman, Superman, World's Finest, number 28, one of those Bat universe books I was talking about. This is written by Mark Waid with art by Dan Mora and Travis Mercer, with colors by Tamra Bonvillain and letters by Steve Wands. World's Finest, much like the main Batman book, has been so good for so long. We're going on almost 3 years of this version of World's Finest, and it's so good. Dan Mora and Mark Waid have been killing it on this book from day one. And I've just thoroughly enjoyed everything they've been doing. But this story in particular, we bring in Mxyzptlk and Batmite. We bring in the ideas of the the fourth dimension that Mark is so good working with, and then building new layers on top of that. The last issue with Jimmy Olsen being the ultimate superhero of the DC universe was such a cool twist, such a fun idea. Getting to see Batman, Superman, the second dimension, all these things they were doing were just so much fun. And now we get to finally see the big bad, the puppet master behind all the events with all the different imps going around with all the villains and everything. I am just so thrilled with this book in every which way. It's been so much fun to be on this journey. And after that, I've got Ultimate Spider-Man number 6. This is written by Jonathan Hickman with art by Marco Checchetto, colors by Matt Wilson, and letters by Cory Petit. So the last issue of Ultimate Spider-Man, we got the backstory of Harry and kind of his journey through these first couple of months of the Ultimate Universe and how he got to be the Green Goblin and how it ties into Tony Stark and all these other things going on. And we also got introduced to the Kingpin. Obviously a big villain in New York City, and a street-level Marvel character, Kingpin is involved. And now that we're opening up a new arc with Spider-Man, obviously the Kingpin's now involved. He's been introduced. We're going to see him as a threat. So it looks like Spider-Man's first big foe If you want to count the shocker, I guess we can. I personally will not, because I thought that was kind of a one-off thing, just to have something in that issue for Harry and Spider-Man to meet. This is really the first big foe, the first big supervillain of Ultimate Spider-Man, and I'm really excited to get into what that entails. Like, we've had the setup, we know what the universe is, we built this really great universe. Now we're going to get into the super heroics of it all. What is Peter in this universe going to do? How does an older Peter, who gets his powers later in life as opposed to in high school, handle that responsibility? All of these questions that are going through my head as I'm reading Ultimate Spider-Man, and in particular just the Ultimate Universe as a whole. Like, so much going on, I want to know more. So I'm really excited to get into a new story arc, to jump back in and just see where Jonathan and Marco are going to take this book moving forward. It looks like a blast, and I can... Galaxy of Madness #1. This is written by Magdalene Visaggio, with art by Michael Avon Oeming, and colors by Taki Soma. So, bit of a cheat. I've already read Galaxy of Madness. You can actually see my interview with Michael Avon Oeming and Taki Soma on this YouTube channel from a few weeks back. And I really love this book. It's a great kind of homage to classic science fiction comics and kind of the wackiness that ensues in those types of comics. But it does have its own bend, and it does add some modern flair to it. So we've got this girl who's kind of a treasure hunter of sorts, who's orphaned, and she's going off and trying to figure out, by doing archaeology and different things, figuring out who she is, where her family is, all these different things, set in this awesome science fiction universe with some really great art by Oeming and crew. If I said it once, I said it a million times. Just Mad Cave Studios as a whole has been doing a really great job of putting out just quality titles across the board. I've felt from the beginning of a few years back, when a Mad Cave title is announced, at the very least, it may not be for you, may not be your style, but I feel it's quality. And if I was going to have an identity as a publisher personally, that's the one I would want. So a Mad Cave book is usually a good try. And if you like sci-fi books, I think this one is too. It's just a good time. It's some classic sci-fi stuff, some crazy situations, all around. Just loving the setup for this book, and I can't wait to get into further issues. So I definitely think everybody should check this one out. It is a ton of fun. And we're going to end with Destro #1. This is written by Dan Waters, with art by Andrea Bressan and colors by Artist-Andrei Lucas. So everybody has probably knows by now I'm still new to the G.I. Joe universe with the Duke and Cobra Commando book that I love so much. We talked about the Scarlet book a few weeks back that I was recommending because of how much I enjoyed the first two books in the G.I. Joe universe. Scarlet was really great as well. And now we're getting into Destro, which is really going to be a continuation of the Cobra Commander book. If you read it, or if you didn't read it, spoilers ahead. But if you did, you know that it ended with Cobra Commander and Destro kind of teaming up and figuring out how to push Cobra forward into this new universe and how they can work together. And this book is going to be the realization of that partnership. Destro kind of being the arms dealer of Cobra moving forward, and how his stuff is going to work with Cobra Commander's new energy source, and how they can work that together to become big bad villains. Everything that's come out of this new Energon universe on the G.I. Joe front has just been stellar, and I've really enjoyed it. I don't see any reason why Destro would be any different. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what they have for this one, and hoping that it follows the trend so far of these G.I. Joe books, which have just been really great stories with fun twists in them and just a good time all around. So yeah, definitely definitely looking forward to Destro #1. Everybody, that is everything for this week. Thank you all so much for watching. Remember, if you want to follow me, you can go in the show notes down below and see my bio page, or just go over to Twitter and search for Fortress Chris. You can find me there. I'm usually posting. Or you go to my Substack, which is chriscomicscorner.substack.com, where I post all my reviews. I have a few a spotlight series and a retro reread series we're doing there. Having a lot of fun. All completely free, so recommend checking that out. It's a blast. And if you want to support this video or this channel, remember to subscribe, comment down below about the books you're looking forward to, and as always, hit that like button. That does wonders for the algorithm. So now that we're all done here, I want to wish you all a good rest of your week, and we'll see y'all here next week.